on, guys? I got a problem. My last water bill was $500. Being a first-time homeowner, I thought that the prices just came with the territory. But boy, was I wrong. After complaining to a friend, he said, "You might have a leak," which got me to thinking, I definitely might have a leak. So I said, let's look for a leak. Oh, you're back. So after looking night and day for the leak, I finally found it. It was coming from the swimming pool plumbing, right under here somewhere. We fixed it. But then that got me to thinking, how else can I save money? And this is my plan to save money by saving water. And that idea led me here to my garden. Let me explain. So, in order to explain the idea and today's project, I gotta explain some pool science, right? Or at least try to. So, follow along while I try to explain what's going on here. So, this is a sand filter. It's old school. So what this does is take the water from the swimming pool, right? And then it filters it out, and then it shoots it back to the pool. How does it do this, do you ask? Let me show you. So this right here is a pool pump. And the pool pump pulls water from the pool, pumps it up to the sand filter, and then pushes it back to the pool, right? But like I said, this thing's old school. So every now and then, you have to turn this valve here, right? Every week or two, and you have to backwash it. When you backwash it, you waste about 60 to 120 gallons of water. That's a lot. I'm lying. I don't know the exact math, but you waste a lot of water on the ground. I know it's more than 60 gallons, right? So my thinking was, let's take this, right? Phone call. We're going to take a brief intermission. I got to go. Let me call you back. Excuse me? How about a little privacy here? Well, since you're back already, my plan was to take that extra 60, 100 gallons, whatever it was, instead of letting it waste on the ground like some kind of toilet water, was to store it in here. My old sand filter that cracked and caused a leak about a year ago. Now, when I take that water, I was gonna pump it back out into my garden after a week or two when it algified and got all stanky, and then that'd be good for my plants and help them grow. And I was gonna put that on a timer. So this is how I was gonna do it. Come on, let me show you. Oh, what's up guys? You're back. My cameraman had to go take a pee break, so I'm sitting here eating this delicious granola bar I can't tell you about because they didn't agree to sponsor my video. But if they did, would have been a great drop-in, wouldn't it? So, come check it out. All right, step one was to get more PVC for plumbing. That's the only way this project was gonna work. Step two, step three, right there. Hold on, wait a second. I can't find my pocket knife, but for some reason, I got a screwdriver poking me in my keister. Weird. So, here's step two, if I can get it open. Bah. So, in order to get this whole thing working, obviously we needed some kind of pump. So, I found the cheapest pump I can find because I'm economical. I'm not cheap. The economy's not good. So, say hello to a transfer pump. And what this pump is gonna do is take pump from our reservoir or our water or our old AKA sand filter. It'll take the water from the old sand filter and it will pump it through our new plumbing setup. What's our new plumbing setup? Oh, yeah. Well, let's get to that first. So this is not step three anymore. Pump, step two. We'll get to step, used to be three. This is step three. Seeing that, what we did was we got our transfer pump and we're gonna split from our transfer pump on the outlet side that pumps the water out to these two water hoses, which are then gonna go to these two sprinklers that will water the garden. And we're gonna do that by means of a timer. And we're gonna wire that timer with this extension cord. Well, hold on. Why didn't we buy a timer? Well, because I had this thing. So my old pool pump, before I replaced it with this magnificent 3-stage of a beast multi-pump, just greatness, was on a timer here. Bang. And because I'm me and I'm great and I keep all the pieces, I still had the pieces to the timer to set the timer, and I had 2 places that I can wire the fucking pump right here because I'm the man. Back to you in the stage, Jim. So that's why we didn't buy a timer. We already had one, apparently, to the other guy, what he's saying, forget him. But, so what we're gonna do now is get back there, we're gonna plumb, or we're gonna pipe our water discharge from our backwash to our old sand filter, and then we're gonna connect it to our transfer pump, that'll then connect to our sprinklers and water our garden. Let's see if this even works. You ready? Let's go. Unfortunately for us, they have a planned power outage, so there's no way for us to get electricity. But before we get too far along on this project, I want to test it, and I don't want to waste any time. So what we're going to do is grab a generator, one of those electric ones, plug it up, use the 5-gallon bucket, we'll test everything, and then we'll get everything locked in for a final, whatever the hell you say. Let's go. Oh, I forgot. No power, no lights. But good thing I know where everything is in here. Ah, mother! Ah! All right. Somebody put that there. I ain't know that was there. This is what I was looking for. Right here. Let's get out of here for somebody gets hurt or something. Let's go. So, number one, since we ain't got no power, but we got a generator down here by the water. And number two, they ain't cut the water, so we got water. We gonna test our concept out right now. Tell you what. So, I'll tell you for real though, I love this little generator by DeWalter, cause they ain't sponsoring me neither, which they should. They really should. But gives you everything that you need. Oh. Well, we know our pump comes on, so our pump comes on. Now, we got us a 5-gallon bucket about halfway full. Let's put our first hose in there. We got our second hose. Far from our electronics. You gotta think safety when you're out here, guys. You gotta think safety. Because if you're not thinking safely, somebody could get electrocuted. All right, let's see if this thing works. We struck water. We struck, you know what this means, guys? Do you know what it builds pressure? It builds pressure. Our sprinklers, it builds pressure. Let's get this party started, baby. Let's get this party started, baby. That was the smartest thing I did all day. I'm smart. Uh-oh. Water. Building up. Pressure. All right. After a lot of complaining, I got the power company on the phone. They putting a new pole up. Look at that. Look at that. That's what you call knowing how to complain to the right people. See, that's the problem. Why y'all never get nothing done? Yeah. Y'all don't care to the right people. That's your problem now. But no, back to business. So, we tested our concept. It works. We need a stronger pump, right? To pump everything into the garden. But we know that our water is pumping It's coming from the bucket. It's getting to the garden. Everything's there. Now it's actually coming through enough to water everything. It's just not giving us enough pressure for our sprinklers to work. So there's either one or two solutions. We take the sprinklers back and find another $20 concept that works that'll feed our water, or we can take the pump back and just get a stronger pump and keep the same concept with the sprinklers. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but part two is to get all of our plumbing together to get ready to take the water from our sand filter to our old sand filter. And what we're gonna do is, because we're gonna add another water reservoir later, we're gonna put a Jindy valve. I don't know, is this a Jindy valve or is it just a ball valve? It's a ball valve. That's the Jindy valve right there. Okay, so yeah, so we're just gonna put a ball valve. So whenever that, we'll put a T there, which is this thing. So we'll put a T there, bang, another pipe coming out. We'll put our ball valve to where we can open and close it as we want to call for water. It'll make a lot more sense in a second when I show you what I'm doing. So let me put it together and then I'll show you in a second. Let's go. All right, so we got a rough outline of our plumbing pipe in here. So this is our backwash. Our backwash 90s off comes down here, then comes to our reservoir, right? Which is right here. Now, I know from personal experience, this reservoir is just smaller than what's gonna backwash out of here, especially on those dirty days. So we put a ball valve here to add another reservoir, right? So in doing all of this, we found that now we have better pressure to our sprinkler, which has worked its way off of here. So let's fix this, try it again before we glue the plumbing down to see how it works. 3, 2, 1, and we're turning it on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Nothing's popping off. It's working. Okay, let's try to open the other side.
Need another brown pattern.
Oh, wait. The other side. We're missing something. Okay, so we got to put another screw on there, and we got to fill our bucket up. That water came out quick. Okay, so I think we got it. All right, let's give this baby a whirl. Got a fresh 5-gallon bucket. Everything's hooked up. Got it going on the generator. Let's see how it goes. See what we got going on. One side. Let's turn the other side on. You're right here. And that's how you do it. So once the power comes back on, we'll try to backwash that. But for now, I'll say that this project was a success.
You fold under pressure. You cannot be great if you cannot operate under chaos. Hey, Aaron, I come from this, you hear me? I embrace the struggle, you hear me? I am the struggle, you hear me? Man, let's go!
When my back against the wall with nobody else to call.
I'm good like that, yeah, I'm built like that.
When they turning up the heat and it's 100+ degrees.
Shit, I'm good like that, yeah, I'm built like that.
Bring your whole army, I'll be standing here alone.
Shit, I'm good like that, yeah, I'm built like that.
Throw me to the jungle bed, I'll make that bitch a home.
Shit, I'm good like that, yeah, I'm built like that.
Boy, I stand tall, got the statue of a maple tree. Life ain't what you get, it's really what you make it be. This is real, not a dream. I ain't talking make-believe. Kick down the door, let me in. You can't make me leave. A whale in the ocean, I don't swim, I be floating. Came from way back, that's the flow, that ain't motion. Now I got the motion, they be feeling it.